Hey guys, welcome back or welcome to the Lucky Star podcast, episode 10. OMG, I am actually filming a lot more early today, if that makes sense. What time is it? It is 8:17 a.m. OMG. I normally am filming at like 8 p.m. or even midnight. So, I don't know. I went to sleep and woke up at a different time, but fuck it. We gotta be flexible, you know? Got my doggy here, what did I do this morning since I had like a different like little routine? Got up, I made me a little baked potato, but like my own way, like a vegan baked potato. I put, I like heat up the baked potato, put avocado, a little bit of diced onion, tomato, olive, tiny bit of hummus and salt and pepper. But I made like a little small potato because I also made a smoothie, which is so good. I'm realizing like even though like smoothies with like different fruits in it are good, I kind of like when it's just banana and one fruit and then like either water or like vegan milk, because I feel like you can taste the flavor better. Last week I was doing like banana in there's like different names, like the honey mango, or like I don't know, pop it up here, the different types of names for this one mango, but it's like the yellow mango. It's like a little bit smaller. It's got like a more creamy flavor, so I like those for smoothies. So it's just that type of mango with banana, and I did do it with I'll pop the brand up of the cashew milk I found that I actually really liked. Boom. I used that, and then I like ran out, but I still had like the mango and banana, so I did it with water and it was just as good. But for this week, the fruit I got raspberries, and I'm not even kidding, like normally like I don't buy raspberries because every time I would get them it seemed like overripe, and I low-key just thought that's how they tasted, like a little mushy, like not it. But like I don't know, I got these ones from I think Whole Foods, because I'd be switching between Whole Foods and Sprouts. But these were bussin', like some of them were a little bit more sour, but like still like very flavorful. Like it almost tasted like a raspberry candy, but like in a good way, and it was so delish. Made a smoothie with those raspberries and my bananas and some spring water, and simple but delicious. If I had the cashew milk, or no, is it cashew milk? I don't know, oat milk. If I had that oat milk, I would have made it with it, but I didn't. But that was a bussin'. Then I got in the shower and had a little coffee. While I was in the shower, I was kind of listening and halfway watching Sam and Colby's new video. And if y'all don't know, if you didn't watch the last podcast, I kind of talked about Sam and Colby, how like I really do love them. Like I used to watch them a lot, but like I felt like, I don't know, I felt really guilty like throughout this week about what I said about them. I didn't say anything bad, but the fact that I kind of gave an opinion that like wasn't, I don't think it was negative, but it wasn't the most positive, I guess. So I like kind of feel bad. So sorry. But I try to give it another chance. That's why when I saw it, I was like, let me play this while I'm getting ready. Let me see. And they do have some respectful parts. They are respectful. They are fun. And they do have like more and more equipment. And like they're doing the thing, you know what? So it was actually entertaining to watch. So I redact kind of my statement from last week. But basically, if you guys seen it, I was just saying how like I feel like they could just like use more intuition as opposed to just relying basically on like physical evidence. I know that sounds stupid, but okay, maybe like hand in hand, like intuitive, but also some of the like little devices they have too, and like the evidence around of like if anything moves or there's any sounds. But yeah, so literally been thinking about that like off and on all week. I was like, bruh, like I feel like I just was like not saying the nicest things about Sam and Colby's video, but I love them too. So like, yeah. Anyways, it was a good video. They were checking like the Appalachian like little mountains, and they were doing stuff that you're not supposed to do there, because I like the big conspiracy with the Appalachian mountains was like there's like a lot of like skinwalkers and stuff, and like a lot of weird shit happening, and like there's like stuff you're not supposed to do if you're there. So like they were kind of doing that to see if they can like kind of provoke something, but also like talking to any passed away children there too. They brought like these two guys, I don't know who they are, but they seemed really cool too. So it was like a fun video. They had like their funny bits, but also they got down to business too. So I was like, you know what, like, I don't know what I'm expecting, but like hopefully they bring in like a little psychic or something, which I think they have before. But yeah, I watched that, and then yeah, now I'm here. I don't know if you guys can see here, I have like a new segment, Loki. I've had these oracle cards for like evers, and I was just like, man, like I pulled an oracle card for myself the other day, and like I remember how much I love doing this for people. Like I didn't do it for a lot of people, but like I've done oracle cards for people before, not like for money, like people like throughout the years that like I've known, but like 2 or 3 people, okay. But anyways, I don't know if I mentioned in a podcast before, but I don't really love the tarot cards. I prefer the oracle cards because they're a bit more straightforward, and I feel like I did talk about this, but the tarot cards, I also learned I didn't get the full conspiracy theory because it's like one of those things that pop up on Instagram reels and you're like, oh, but then you don't like research it after, so you like kind of keep it like unbiased opinion. But tarot cards were originally like a card game, and I think it said for like rich people or royalty or something, so it wasn't even like for like psychic use at first. But yeah, these are a bit more clear for me like to do. I just like these better, so I was thinking that I would do like for like a new segment of the podcast, maybe at the very beginning I pull an oracle card, and okay, so it'll be like a broad answer because however many of y'all are watching, I'll say like kind of like what the tarot readers I used to like watch would say, like if this resonates with you, take it. If not, then just be like, oh, this doesn't resonate for me, but like hopefully resonates for someone else. Like, but so what I like to do when I do these, like I've done this a lot, but I've done it enough times, is like you ask a specific question. Like if you were in person, I would say do it in your head, because like I don't want to be like how like some like card readers would be like giving you an answer from a question you said. They could have just gave you some bullshit. But if you ask a question in your head and I sit here, shuffle and pick the cards out, and I don't even look at it, I show you first, then you know. And that's worked in the past. So I want to take a second before I shuffle these, and if y'all are open to this, if not, there will be a timestamp, you just skip ahead. But this is the oracle segment. If you guys have any question you've been like wondering about like anything, like go ahead and take a second, think it, like say it out loud, you know. And I'm gonna shuffle these cards, and then I'll count down like 3, 2, 1 and show y'all the card. So I'm gonna have to put the little mic down. Hold on. We're gonna find a better way to do this each time. This is my first time doing it, but I really am excited for the idea. So let's shuffle these oracle cards. Get your questions ready, baby. Well, one question. Get your one question ready. You know what I'm saying? Okay, I'm gonna do it in my lap because I don't want to be quiet and then like y'all are like, what the fuck? So you can see I'm just shuffling it so randomly. So if you want to go ahead and ask your question now, like I said, either out loud or whatever. I'm getting called to this card right here. All right, give it back. Give me this one. Okay, let me put it to the top. Also, at the same time, my eye is watering, so just pardon me. But we need to keep going. Ooh, it's like another one wanted to come out for me. Okay, I'm trying to figure it out. This one wants to come out. So I have 2 cards. Normally, I would pick one, but I feel called to show you the one at the bottom of the deck and the one I pulled out. So go ahead and ask your question, and maybe like take whichever answer resonates with you, or take both. We're working it out here. We're using our own intuition. Like I said, I wanted to just pick one card, but like I feel really called to use this bottom deck one and this one right here. So like I said, ask your question, positive vibes, believe. Yeah, ask your question. Are you ready for the answer? If not, you could pause it, ask your question, then get ready for the answer. All right, you ready? So we're gonna show the one at the bottom of the deck first. Bam. So let me see. Oh my god, this jacket's so tight. What does this say? Trust. Okay, I love this one. This was a more like which state? Let me try to show you. Boom. Ooh, the one I wanted fell on the floor. Okay, so trust is like the first answer, so hopefully that resonates. And then let's pick this one off the floor. Okay, bam. What is this one? It says no. Okay, so very specific answer. So we have like a more broader one that says trust and one that says no. So if anyone was looking for a yes or no answer, baby, you got it. So that trust is probably for like trust yourself, trust the situation, trust the universe. And if you needed that specific answer, it was a no. And I just looked at this and it says unlikely too. So if you're really doubting that, so you got a trust, a no, and an unlikely. So yeah, you got a no answer. Like I said, if this doesn't resonate, don't take it. You know what I'm saying? Maybe the trust was for one person, the no and the unlikely was for somebody else. But you also have to use your own intuition for that as well. And everyone has intuition, whether you are practicing like things for your intuition or not. You gotta learn to trust yourself and know that sometimes you're right and sometimes you could be wrong, but trust yourself, you know, because we have intuition, all of us, you know. So wow, I really hope and pray I help somebody there. So yeah, we got a trust card, a no, and an unlikely. So yeah, take it if it's meant for you. If not, maybe next podcast or a future one will be for you. I really like that segment. I felt called to do it. God was like, girl, come on, get these oracle cards out, because it really helped me the other day too. And like I said, I've done this for a few people in the past. Okay, it was more than 2 people, but it was definitely less than 10. But each time I get a really good reaction. So like, it's legit. So yeah, I really love that oracle card segment. So yeah, and y'all know, if you didn't watch the, okay, so either you do know or you don't. I have been playing The Sims again, and in The Sims 4, I don't know if it comes with a certain pack, but you can have a deck of tarot cards. You can get another one where you collect it by helping in like the Ravenwood thing, but also you can buy a deck of tarot cards in like the build buy mode, and you can, like, if you put it in your inventory, you could pull a daily card reading or give people tarot card readings either for free or charge them. So I've been doing that. Also, low-key, I just moved the camera because I looked up and I could tell my camera was like a little off center, but I looked at the footage and it did not look like it was off center. So if the camera angle changed drastically, so sorry. I'm trying to be professional, but also like, bruh, we gotta give ourselves some grace. But anyways, I love the tarot segment or oracle segment. And yeah, also by the way, I don't remember where I got these oracle cards from. I've had them for years, but it's the Angel Answers deck by Radley Valentine oracle cards. This pack, I really like the art on it. I don't know, I wonder if because I kind of like the art on oracle cards and tarot cards, so it's like, I wonder if I should get several decks or just have one trusty dusty one. Trusty dusty. Dusty did not sound good. You were not dusty. If I should have just one trusty deck or several, but I really like that one. So, and I also found this little heart one in my closet. I think it was like, I could pop it up on the screen, but I really like the message and it matched my outfit today when I was looking for my little podcast stuff, because I don't keep all my stuff up. I put it in my closet and then I take it back out, but this little heart one I have to add to my little crystal corner around here. But anyways, so on the segment of what I've been watching this week, OMG, I've been watching these. I ain't watched no shows. Like 99% of what I watched this whole week was called the Horror Bull podcast, like horror, like the genre, and then bull, like a play on horrible. And this guy, he used to be a basketball player and switched over to podcasting. His name is Askia the Boogeyman Booker, and apparently I like looked it up, so sorry if this is like kind of wrong. The last thing he played for was a Chinese team, the Shenzhen Leopards, and he started off like doing like college basketball somewhere, but I don't know, like what I was watching to where it popped up, I was like, let me watch this. And bruh, I've been watching all of his videos. They're like hour plus long. And yeah, I've watched like almost half his stuff already, I think. He kind of started this, I think it said in 2025, so this is new, but like it explains why his setup is so well, like so good, because like he was playing basketball, so maybe he was like already established. But he has like the coolest set. It's like a little fire pit with like little skull, like little rocks in there, and the fire goes through it in the fire pit, and he's got little chairs, and he's outside and films at night. It has different guests and talks about like different like kind of like, I don't know if they're not like fairy tales, but like vampires, mermaids, witches, like all that type of occult and supernatural stuff, but like real world things. And he like asked people like, do you believe they're real vampires? What evidence do you have? Or were you in this cult? Or like something like that. He interviews very well, and I like his personality, and I like how like personable he tries to make it, but he definitely lets the people talk. And like all the supernatural stuff is down my alley. I have been watching these like literally like, oh my god, like I'm gonna watch another one later. I'm really loving the horrible podcast. So y'all, if y'all like stuff like that, like check out his podcast. Wow, he's doing really well for just starting too. So that's like really cool and inspiring, and I like love the setup and like the dedication, you know. But yeah, and then I think last podcast, or I think it was last one, I talked about I was trying to watch the Spencer Sisters on the CW app with my mom. I watched one episode, and when I went to go, we were gonna watch another one, I realized, wait, this isn't a brand new show. It's like been a couple years old, and it's one of them fucking ones where they don't renew it for another season. And like it was like a 10 episode thing. I watched the first episode, and even though it's super cute, it's like I low-key did not want to get attached to it. I like the storyline, but I like when something has like the promise at least of more seasons and stuff. But yeah, I was like, you know, I kind of gave up on it because I was like, I don't want to get into this. Kind of like Joan, like how I mentioned last podcast. I did not know that they canceled that, but they always do that. I guess you got to try out a show to see, but I feel like they should give it time. Let us watch it on the app first. I didn't even hear about this show, you know? Like sometimes shows, it takes like a year or two to like catch on or something. So like that would have been like one of the main shows, just like wild cards. So I don't really know what happened, but I also heard a little rumor. I saw like one video, and I was just like, I didn't know how to feel about it. I didn't want to research it yet. So I probably will be talking about it more next podcast. But My Babysitter is a Vampire. If you know, you know. If you don't know, I love My Babysitter is a Vampire. I used to watch that when I was younger. And yeah, I had a crush on everybody in there. My bisexual. I didn't even know I was bisexual back then. But that should have been my bisexual awakening. Anyways. But apparently they're bringing back a new My Babysitter's a Vampire. But like when I saw the comments, I was like, that's how I felt. Like they're not doing it, bringing back the old characters that I love, especially my wifey's Vanessa Morgan. They are putting like new, like I don't know if it's like teenagers or like young adults into it, and it's gonna be a whole new thing. I might want to watch it, but like I just like, bruh, first of all, if y'all don't know, they left the nastiest fucking cliffhanger. Like, bruh, we don't know who died, who didn't die. We don't know shit, you know. And that was like a banger show. Like, oh, that was my show. I still hear the theme song, The Girl Next Door. But anyways, I swear they need to at least have some like cameos. But that's the thing too, it's like they're bringing it out to test out, I guess, for this new generation, which I get, but the show did so well for the past generation. If they looked on Instagram Reels, they would know. And not just Instagram Reels, I'm sure like every social media, we love My Babysitter's a Vampire, us people who do. So like, why don't you bring it back for us? And then you could bring it back for the kids too if you want, like a separate version. But like, bro, this is for us, and you're making it for a younger crowd. Like, bring Vanessa Morgan back, bring back all of my people, Atticus Mitchell, the other guy. Like, Atticus is still acting. I did watch Hell Motel not too long ago. I didn't even finish the last episode. I watched like almost to the end, but like gory stuff is not my thing. But like I watched it for him. That show was entertaining. There was so many twists and turns, I'm not gonna lie. So it was on the Shudder app. But Hell Motel and Atticus Mitchell from My Babysitter's a Vampire, that's why I watched it. But yeah, like I said, there was some gory parts. There was like a couple of fucked parts. So I'm not gonna lie. Like if you're looking for like something supernatural but not too gory, I was gonna say not too girly, bruh. If you're looking for something supernatural but not too gory, that is not the show for you. It's a bit gory. Like, it's probably not horrible, but there's twisted enough parts where I was like, oh my god. That's why I did not finish the last episode. My guy, oh yeah, let me not give no spoilers. Anyways, I left like 5 minutes left, but it was too much, bro. It was too much, so I left it. But yeah, anyways, let me do more research on it and come back to y'all next podcast about My Babysitter's a Vampire. But bro, if somebody's watching this, like, why did you not bring it back for us young adults who watched that show? I want all my people back, bruh. All of them. Rory, Erica, Ethan, was that the one? Why am I forgetting everybody else's name in there? But bruh, that was my show. That was my comfort show too. Like I would watch it at night when I was a kid, and like I think it was during the summer, and it just felt like such a magical time. I was by myself watching the TV, and I had like such a magical like little thing watching it. Like anyways, enough with my Babysitter's a Vampire rant. Okay, but yeah, that's what I've been watching the whole week. The Horrible podcast. I've not been watching any shows, but I heard about my Babysitter's a Vampire. So yeah, but updating y'all, last podcast I talked about how my birthday is coming up, and it's still coming up, and I was looking for birthday outfits, and I bought my dress, and I bought like a little ring to go with it, and then I bought myself, I don't know, maybe I'll do like the podcast where it's like after my birthday. I'll show y'all what I got. But I got like this crystal ring to match the outfit. I got a crystal pendant, like a healing crystal, because I love crystal jewelry. I love healing crystals, and I love crystal jewelry because I feel like it's more unique than like a diamond, and diamonds cost so much money for no reason. So I like the healing crystals better. But yeah, I got like a little pendant. I forgot, it's like brucite or something, but I will show y'all when I get it. But it's a little pendant. I need to find the right chain because I want to find like an all natural, like I think sterling silver, but like I guess apparently it can contain iron or lead, so I'm trying to find like the natural healthy one that doesn't tarnish. So I'm gonna look for me a little chain because I want it to be a little choker. And then I got was it like peach something? I gotta figure it out. I got like this little crystal, just like one to put like here or to bring with me on the go. I felt called to that one, all from the same shop. So yeah, I got a ring, a little handheld crystal, and a little pendant. And I got my birthday dress, and I got an eye on the purse I want and the shoes I want, but I will get those soon. So yeah, like I said, my birthday is July 20th. Shout out to my Cancerians. Yeah. I was thinking the other day, no, it was today, I was like, is there another word for Cancer? Because like all that you can think about is like cancer, actual cancer. Tell my Cancers out there, do you feel that like all the zodiac signs can wear like their cute little zodiac merch and stuff, but as Cancers it'll literally just be a shirt that says cancer or something that says cancer on it, and all I'm thinking about is cancer, like the disease or whatever. So I'm like, am I the only one who's like, bruh, like I just feel like we get the shit into the stick. So is there like a, you know how words are kind of like based off of like either a Latin word or like a word that came before? So is there like a different word for cancer so it doesn't just say cancer on it? Like, anyways, random thoughts. But yeah, so yeah, I got my dress, got my outfit planned. I'm excited to take cute little pictures so I can build up my Instagram page. Like I want to really bring in some more viewers. So all my viewers who are here, thank you for staying. Oh my gosh, if you're a new viewer, welcome. I'm happy to have you here. Yeah, so I'm excited to take more pictures. I also found some more outfits, and I'm planning it for future photo shoots too. So we're building up our page. Okay, before we go to the next segment, I have been doing a little bit of yoga. Like I've been telling y'all, I want to do it every day, but we're working on it, you know, or at least a couple times a week. So I've been doing a little bit more of the hip opening exercises, not exercises. That sounded wrong. I've been doing hip opening yoga poses, more of them, so I can get the splits. I've always wanted to do the splits, and like that thing, like when you stand up and you can put your leg all the way up. Like I've been practicing, but I cannot get it all the way up. My right one is a little bit easier than my left one. I'm gonna try to pop up a picture here, boom, of this like little pose that I want to learn to do. I have not tried to do this yet, but I've seen on Instagram reels how people have tried to do it. Like, well, they are doing it for beginners. Like they kind of like go near the wall and use the wall to put their legs up to kind of lift themselves up, or really their upper half, because it's almost like a headstand but like supported by your forearms. And yeah, you could do your legs different ways, and I'm like, I want to learn that pose. I want to do that one, and I want to learn the splits. So the other one I want to try, I also see people do it off the couch or the bed, but like I really want to be careful because my ass is tall and long, and I'm gonna be knocking some shit over or knocking myself out. So I need to be careful, okay? But I really want to learn the splits and whatever pose this is. Hopefully I can find the name of it. I should also learn the name of the yoga pose. But yeah, maybe I can do some yoga today because it's still the beginning of my day. And before I edit the podcast, I want to take a little break in between because I'm gonna edit it today. But Yeah, that is my motivation, that is my goal. But even if I don't get those, which I know I can if I keep practicing it, I just want to keep doing yoga, and try to do some more meditation. I did one the other day, like a week and a half ago. I know it was only 10 minutes, but I remembered how when I used to meditate, you start off like small, because especially like when your brain is running, you go try to meditate for 5 minutes, then go up to 10, and you can go up more and more. So I did 10 minutes and it was really nice, and I felt so peaceful and magical after. So I want to do more meditation. I used to meditate a lot too, but yeah, so I'm excited for that. Yeah, so for this segment of the Japanese words of the day plus the folklore, we got a whole thing. I'm really excited. I love how all the information I found like ties into each other, and we have like 3 separate yokais. If you guys are new here, a yokai is a Japanese type of supernatural being of some sort. So y'all will be learning some Japanese words by the name of these yokai, and I will try to do it as organized as possible. That makes sense, you know. So I found this information off of yokai, the website.com, but I'm putting it in my own words, okay, and also putting in my own ideas in there too. But I just want to tell y'all to cite my source, yokai website. So okay, so this is a type of vampire. It says it's a vampire, but my little theory also is this is like a type of mermaid, because so it's like a mermaid vampire. So the fact of the folklore, it is a vampire, but also once y'all hear all this information, it also sounds like a mermaid, like a siren, like not the mermaid like from the Little Mermaid or H2O, but like what you hear about like sirens, like in regular folklore, how they like lure men to out of the sea or to sea and kill them. So this specific vampire is called the Iso Onna, and Iso means coast, Onna means woman, so Iso Onna is a coast woman. They wait on the coast, this type of vampire, for like anyone traveling there, like any type of fisherman, anyone that's by this like coast, like the water, like a beach maybe. They have like long hair almost to the ground, and they are wet looking. Apparently they have clothes on, but it's like sheer, but you're only gonna see them like from the top up, like solid, I guess. And if for some reason you were trying to look at them from the bottom down, it's kind of like if you were to see like a traditional ghost, how it's like kind of see-through or like not fully solid. So I don't know if like she's sitting and waiting for them and that's why you don't really see it, or if she's waiting in the water or not. But it says apparently their gaze is filled with like sexual like energy, which makes sense. Like how like when you think or hear about sirens, like I think they seduce the people, the men, to the water and then kill them. But yeah, if you approach this Iso Onna, like basically like she's sitting there looking like a regular human woman, and like she's on the beach, just imagining like some man come by. It didn't really say if it was a man or woman, but I think it's mostly men. But they come by, and once they approach this vampire, almost mermaid thing, like there's like a high-pitched like shriek that is almost like deafening, that probably like stuns him. And then apparently her hair like wraps around him and it drags the person into the water, and then she like sucks all the blood out. So that's how it's a vampire, because like it will suck all the blood out. So it is a vampire, but the fact that its bottom half is not showing can kind of be like, okay. And then she's in the water, and then she lures men over like a mermaid. So I think it's a mermaid vampire, okay? But also I think last podcast I talked about how like mermaids and vampires could be almost one and the same, because I think they're both shapeshifters, even fairies. So at this point, like fairies, vampires, mermaids, they can all be one and the same. They're just all shapeshifting, you know? But also apparently in some regions people say the Iso Onna is big enough to wreck ships. So I don't know if they mean like she's just like huge, like the size of a whale, or just strong enough. It said big enough. And also it said that they can disguise herself as like some type of rock to hide. Like imagine like a body of water with like some type of random cliff in there. So that would fit into the shapeshifter, you know, fact or stigma or whatever. They are known to be in the Kyushu Islands in Western Japan. I don't know if I'm saying Kyushu right, but this folklore is from this region, the Kyushu Islands in Western Japan. So just like a mermaid, they can like kind of lure you there with their voice, but it said a creepy voice, which would mesmerize someone to follow the voice, right? So the first one is saying like, if they're just like summoning you almost just by like sitting there looking like a woman, if they approach you, the vampire mermaid like shrieks, wraps the hair around them, drags them to the water, sucks all the blood out. But there's another version where they can use their creepy voice and it mesmerizes the person. So I don't know if like if they're hearing the voice like more pleasant, even though it said specifically it's a creepy voice. Yeah, so I guess like if it would be like in the water down here and the person was on a cliff, it says specifically it would lead the person off a cliff. So like they're like, imagine you're on this cliff and you're hearing this like beautiful voice that's actually eerie and creepy, and it's just mesmerizing them to walk right off the cliff into the water, and then the vampire gets them then. So I guess like it's a little bit less work. So instead of them wrapping it all up with the hair, it can also summon it by like singing or using its voice. It didn't really say singing, it just said the voice, but I wonder if they sing too. But yeah, like a mermaid. So I'm assuming this is a vampire mermaid, even though it just says vampire. So they can work with 2 other yokai. So this one is called an Ushi Oni, which is an ox demon. So they're monsters that feed on humans, just like the Iso Onna. But it's not like a vampire. It just like bites it and eats it, and it can have different looks, like the head of an ox, but the body of like it said a cat or a spider. But also it could have like the body of just something demented, and like vice versa. Like it's just like a conglomeration of like a monstrosity, I guess. I don't know, but apparently they wait for their prey in the water, kind of like the Iso Onna does. So apparently they're kind of in the same area too, like the Western Japan, maybe the Kyushu, I think island, I think it is. Yeah. So like I said, it can have an ox head with like a cat or spider body, or maybe they're just mixing it up. It's all different, like a conglomeration or whatever. But they can also look a little different. It could be what would be a Japanese minotaur, which is an ox head on a human body, but also wearing a kimono. They had the outfit too. So like, wait, what is a minotaur? We're gonna have to pop this up, because I thought a centaur was like the little hoofed on that bottom half. Like they got the hooves and the legs of like the little goat or whatever, but in the top half with the horns. So maybe a minotaur or something different. We're gonna learn about that today. Bam. But yeah, like I said, they bite the victim to death. But since they're helping out the Iso Onna and this other yokai I'm about to mention, they share their meal, which is so sweet. After they just murder somebody, they're like, well, let me share the meal. So I'm imagining this thing is huge, so I don't even know why it would share its meal. It seems like it would be bigger than the mermaid, but it did say this mermaid vampire thing, at least the Iso Onna, could be big enough to wreck ships. So I mean, maybe they're all the same size, but so we got the Iso Onna, which is the coast woman, and that's a vampire that wraps his hair around or summons the victim and then drinks the blood out. That could work with this Ushi Oni ox demon type thing. And one other one, which is the Nure Onna, which means wet woman. So Nure is wet, Onna, like I said, is woman. And then it also has a different name. It could be Nure Yomeho, which Nure, like I said, is wet, and Yomeho, it says, can mean wife or bride, or even sometimes like daughter-in-law. But I think in this like circumstance, it would be like the wet bride or the wet wife, which sounds a little naughty. But yeah, so they hunt and attack near water, just like the Iso Onna and the ox demon one. Also vampires also have long hair, but instead of like how the Iso Onna from like probably the waist up looks like a regular woman, but like the bottom half is just like hazy, not fully physical, this Nure Onna has a bottom half, but it's a serpent. So it's like a snake woman instead of like a I don't even know. But they have also the wet appearance. Clearly this is the wet woman. It does say in some versions she may or may not have arms, which makes sense because like serpents don't have arms. But if her body from here down was a serpent, she could have arms. But I guess if it's like just from here down, maybe no arms. I don't know. That'd be inconvenient if she ain't got no arms. Anyways, these ones, it says specifically this Nure Onna has like a unpleasant face, and that's me putting it the nicest way. It didn't mention if the Iso Onna, the first vampire we talked about, if they had an unpleasant face or not. It didn't mention that, but it said this specific one, the Nure Onna, has a unpleasant face, to say the least. They're also, like I said, in the Kyushu Islands in Western Japan, just like the other two. That's why they would probably work together. They're in the same habitats and almost like feed off the same things. So like they're just like coexisting. But they're also supposed to be strong as well. But it says specifically the Nure Onna likes to like they prefer to outsmart their prey rather than use their strength. So maybe it's just like easier to trick them than to like use their whole strength and do all that. So the Nure Onna kill a bit differently. So like how the Iso Onna, the first one I told you about, they wrap their hair around them, drag them in the water and kill them, or either way, wait for them to go in the water. They kill them basically like that. But this one is holding a baby to lure them over. So like the Iso Onna, the first one I talked about, I think she's just like sitting there hoping someone sees her or uses her voice to call out to somebody. But this one it has like a little guilt trip and it's holding like a bundled up baby, right? So apparently if she sees like a passerby or something, she'll be like, I need to rest. Can you please hold my baby? And if you say yes, the baby becomes like super heavy, like almost like a boulder. It doesn't say if the baby transforms into like this heavy object of some sort. It just says the baby, that's not really a baby, is like super heavy to where like it's just like incapacitating the victim. And then that's when she strikes. So this one, since it's a serpent, she has like a serpent tongue, and that's how she drains the blood out the victims. I don't really know how this tongue would drain blood, but that's what it said. So the Iso Onna, the first one, she uses her hair, wraps around it, and it doesn't really say how she drains the blood. Maybe with her little teeth. The Ushi Oni, I hope I have not been calling it Onna the whole time, because Onna is woman, Oni is demon, which is too similar for my comfort. Anyways, so Ushi is ox, Oni is demon. Anyways, so yeah, they all are kind of like, at least the Iso Onna and this Nure Onna are like almost like cousins, like one and the same but not, because one is a serpent and one is, it doesn't really say, because it doesn't really specify why the top half is physically seen but the bottom half is a little wonky. I don't know, but I thought that was really interesting because like it says it's a vampire but also it's giving mermaid, and it's tying into all my research that is showing that like vampires, mermaids, even angels and fairies could all be one and the same and be also shapeshifters, which is crazy work, but also very interesting. So yeah, I really liked that folklore. I hope y'all did too. I hope and pray y'all are also enjoying these Japanese folklores and words of the day. Also, please forgive me if I mispronounce anything, because I know last podcast I was mispronouncing that second word. I was like saying it so confidently, and when I went to go edit it, I'm like, bruh, I mispronounced this word so bad. Like, I just left that shit in there. So I really want to teach y'all the right way to say it, but go ahead and do your research on how to say it too, because I could be wrong. I'm still learning my Japanese. I did do some Duolingo earlier. I forgot to say I did about 10 minutes of it before, while I was eating my breakfast, before I got in the shower and stuff. So yeah, I'm learning my Japanese still, by the way, so don't worry. I've been doing my Duolingo. But yeah, I definitely want to keep doing these folklore. Once I run out of Japanese yokai, like I said before, I want to add in some different folklore from other ones. There are some, like I also said before, Japanese yokai that are just like a bit twisted and scary to where I'm like, I almost low-key don't feel comfortable talking about it. Like this was already twisted and scary, but there's some other ones that are just way weird, like way like bruh. So, and some of them are really short, so that's why I like how these tied in together, so it made it a little bit longer. But if there's any short ones, maybe I could like do almost like a short story version. And like I said, the scary ones I want to leave for like the spooky season for October. Even though I know everyone's doing summer ween right now, but yeah, I'm gonna wait till I have like my costumes and my little decoration. But yeah, thank you guys so much for watching today's episode of the Lucky Star podcast. Yeah, make sure you like the video, leave a comment, subscribe, even share it with your friends, your family, like somebody, even a stranger, you know, just share it on your Instagram or something. Please, it's free skis. Turn on post notifications also so you never miss a video. Follow me on Instagram. I will link it down below. Like I always say, there's not much posted on there, but I do post at least on my stories once a week, maybe even twice a week. And I'm gonna start posting not videos, maybe some videos, but some more pictures soon. I have my birthday photo shoot kind of type thing, like not an official photo shoot, but like my mom's gonna take some pictures of me while we're out for my birthday. But I have a really cute outfit planned, and I got some other outfits planned for some other like little Instagram photo shoots, and I have so many ideas and I'm so excited to show you guys. But yeah, y'all, I want to leave this podcast off on a positive note. Let's say something different than I always say, but you know what, fuck it, I'm gonna say this right here. Y'all keep following your dreams. I know I always say that, or I've been saying that recently, I don't know, but please keep following your dreams, even if no one is seeing like your product that you've created or your art, whatever that may be in whatever versions. Like keep going, like hopefully at least one person's seeing it. If not, like somebody will. Please just don't ever give up. And I feel like we're tested the most when something positive and great is about to happen. So please keep following your dreams. And like I said last podcast, if you think no one believes in you, I believe in you. Please believe in you. If you believe, God believes in you. And even your haters believe in you. That's why they hate him. Anyways, but yeah, y'all, please be a good person. Please be good to yourself, be good to others, be the change you want to see. I love y'all so much, and I will see y'all next episode for the Lucky Star podcast. Love you guys so much. Bye.